Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Rescued from the Trap Mindset. Rescued from that trap life mindset ministry. I've been rescued from that trap life. I'm on here to share. To be a pastor, to be an evangelist, to be used by Jesus Christ, you must be called by Jesus, okay? You can't be a pastor or an evangelist without hearing the voice of God. You can't call yourself. No. To be a pastor or an evangelist or to be used by Christ, you must hear from Jesus. He got to call you. Okay? Being a pastor or an evangelist is not a it's a calling. It's a calling. It's not a profession. It's a calling. To be a pastor, you must be called by Jesus Christ, or to be an evangelist, you must be called by Jesus Christ. Okay? So it's nothing that you do. No. All right? So I'm over here sure about being called by Jesus Christ. To be a pastor, you must be called by Jesus Christ. To be an evangelist, you got to you got to let God speak to you. He got to tell you what he wants to do. You can't call yourself. Okay, it's not a profession. Being a pastor is not a profession. No. Being an evangelist, no. I'm going to share what the Bible says about it. I'm in Matthew 22, verse 8. Then Jesus says to his servants, the wedding banquet is ready, but those who those who I invited did not deserve to come. So go into the street corners and invite to the banquet anyone you can find. So the servant went out to the streets and gathered all the people and found the baddest as well as the goodest. The wedding was filled with guests. But when the king came in to see the guests, he noticed a man there who was not wearing wedding clothes. He asked, "How did you get into here without wearing wedding clothes?" The man was speechless. Then the king told the attendants to tie him up, tie his hands and feet, and throw him out into the darkness where there is gnashing of teeth. For many are invited, but few are chosen. Everybody do not answer the call to follow Christ, to have a relationship with Christ. Everybody don't answer the call. Okay? That man was there at the wedding and he did not have wedding clothes on. He didn't belong at the wedding. A lot of people do not answer the call to follow Christ and to have a relationship with Jesus. They don't answer the call. All right? Everybody don't do that. So to be a pastor or to be an evangelist, you must you must hear from Jesus. He got to call you. He got to speak to you. Okay, it's nothing you do yourself. You can't take credit for it. No. I asked Jesus Christ, what was my purpose on this earth? And he spoke to me out of his word. I accepted his plans for me. Okay? So I know I'm doing what God told me to do because he spoke to me and he told me why I'm on this earth. He said in Jeremiah 29:11, he has a future and a hope for me. I'm following his plans. You got to be called. Jesus Christ got to call you. He got to speak to you. He the only one that can call you. You can't be no pastor, no evangelist. You can't be that without Jesus. Some people try to call themselves. No. Jesus got to speak to you. He got to tell you your calling. You cannot be a pastor or be used by Christ, an evangelist, without God speaking to you. Everybody don't answer the call. I know I've been called by Jesus Christ because he spoke to me. He spoke to me and he told me the plans he had for me. He told me, so I'm following his plans. It's a calling. It's a calling. It's a calling. You got to hear from Jesus. He got to speak to you. So many people don't listen to Jesus. They don't listen to him. Not everybody accepts the call. Not everybody wants to have a relationship with Christ. People are happy with this playing church. This is the way we go to church. They just want to play. Nobody wants to surrender to Christ and follow what Jesus Christ said, following his plans. So I'm doing what Jesus Christ told me to do. I didn't know Jesus Christ had plans for me. I was trying to follow my own plans. My plans don't work. Jeremiah 29:11. He has a future and a hope for me. Plans not to harm me, but to give me a future and a hope. I'm making a choice to follow his plans. I've already tried to follow my plans. So it's a calling. It's a calling. You must be called by Jesus Christ. He got to speak to you out of his word. It's a calling. So that's what it's about. Got to let him speak to your heart. Got to let him speak to you. Let him confirm to you. You cannot call yourself. It said few are chosen and many are called. Not everybody is answering the call to follow Jesus Christ, to have a relationship with him. Everybody's not listening to the voice of Jesus Christ. So, bye-bye.